What's going on, people? Welcome to the player ratings. Everton 3, Palace 0. We'll be discussing that disastrous performance against... let me start again. Sums up our fucking day, doesn't it?
If that and starting the fucking thing over again, it does. That's perfect for today. Fucking
exactly.
perfect.
What's going on, people? Welcome to the player ratings. Everton 3, Palace 0. We'll be discussing the individual performances from that game. As always, leave down your comment down below. Let us know your ratings. And let's get started, Patrick. Let's not waste any time. Disastrous performance. But, of course, let's talk about the individuals that made the team performance. And let's start off with the goalkeeper, Vicente Guaita. I gave him a 3. You gave him a 4. For me, that third goal, I believe, was just beyond a joke. I don't know why he couldn't just hold on to the ball or just parry out. It literally went through his hands.
It's the Gordon goal.
Oh,
the second goal.
Yeah, I see. I'm getting confused because it's embarrassing. We consider 3 goals, but the second goal he should have done much better there. And other than that, maybe you can make the argument he should have done better with the first or the third goal as well. But it wasn't a good afternoon for him, and he saved us in the past, but today wasn't his day.
I agree. I have to be better than that. Have to be better.
Yeah. Joe Ward, you gave him a 4, I gave him a 3. Once again, that third goal, I think it was embarrassing as a team. But when you look at the way that McNeil just went past Wardy, you're thinking, come on.
What's going on?
But it happens too many times, Patrick. Like, we've seen it even against Wolves in the second half. I know we managed to win that game, but it's so easy when they just cut in. They just beat him. He just hasn't got the pace. And others could have stepped up, but overall... Look, it wasn't a great team performance, but that was the highlight for me anyways. It wasn't good. And that goal, we should have dealt with a bit better, especially from him.
I agree.
Joachim Anderson, you gave him a 5, I gave him a 5.5. When you talk about the whole back line today, they weren't great. Of course, we considered 3 goals. But from him, the only thing that I really liked is maybe his energy. I thought the fact that we're looking at energy now rather than actual football.
When that becomes a thing, right?
But yeah, he was passionate today. He was passionate, but at times he didn't deal with the press well. But I don't think he had a particularly awful game for himself. Maybe could have dealt with the press well, but he was better than Mark. Let's just say that.
He was. If you want to compare our back 4 of the 4, Anson was the best of a bad bunch. I agree with that.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about Mark. You gave him a 4, I gave him a 4. And we're talking about a player that we rate very highly as Palace fans, a player that's an England international now. And that performance was just unacceptable. First goal, it was too easy for Dominic Calvert-Lewin to go past him. With the second goal, people were blaming Wardy, and we didn't actually speak about it. But I don't think it was Wardy's fault for the second goal because Wardy had to mark 2 plays because Mark was actually out of position and he came back after. If you watch the replay, you can see that Mark is running back and then Wardy had Onana and then the other play was left open, which they had a shot and Vicente should have done better force with the shot. But Mark wasn't nowhere to be seen, and with the first goal, he was involved as well. It was a very bad performance considering that Gareth Southgate was watching you. If you want to go to the World Cup and start, you cannot be doing that, man. You cannot.
All right. I agree. It's amazing how all 4 of them were so poor in the same game. It's again, if it was against City, I could understand it, or Liverpool at their peak, or Man United. No, not this season, Man United. But today they were so poor. And against, let me tell you something. I'll say it again. Everton aren't that good. It's not me being salty, by the way. Everton, if you tune in, I don't know why you would tune to a Palace ratings show, but if you are, it's just that made them look like Barcelona today. It was bad. It was just bad.
Exactly. And now moving on to the left back, Tyreek Mitchell. Both gave him a 3. It is getting worrying. I have to admit, it's getting worrying. It's not just this performance. He has been struggling this season. And we talk about injuries and fatigue, but what if it isn't injuries or fatigue? Because if it's injuries, there's Gyro there that could slot in, which we've seen him come on off the bench.
Give him a rest.
If it's fatigue, then why is Gyro that bad? Worse than what Mitchell's been doing? So if it ain't the both of them, we should be worried, right? Because it was another bad performance.
I'm worried. Ty has had halves really been okay, but overall he has not been great. I don't know what happened today. On that second goal, you have to be in a position if Guaita parries it to clear the ball. He wasn't. But all game, Gordon owned Tyreek Mitchell. He owned him. And Gordon's a decent player. He's not that good. It was every time he ran at him, I was afraid. So I don't know, Deep. It's not good, man. It's not good because again, we don't have any cover. Much as I love Gyro Jones, a pure left back in the mold that Vieira would want. Adam Roller is in the 23s. He played again, 21s, played again today. Is he ready to step up? I doubt it. We have a problem if he does not get his form back soon.
Yeah, it's not looking good. And it's not only just this game as well. Luca, you gave him a 6. That's a fairly high rating when you're considering the other ratings that you're giving to other players. I gave him a 4.5. He should have done better for the first goal for me. It was too
Okay.
easy and it's a silly area to lose a position. But Patrick, how come you gave him a 6?
Well, I could give him a 5. He's gonna get a higher rating than anybody else because to me he was the best of a very bad bunch. He had 89% passing accuracy. He left the field at 1-0. We got 2 goals after he was on the field. So we got worse, not better when he left the field. So again, he was not great, but he wasn't the worst player on that field today. And he was not. Yes, he was at fault for that slip or fall, whatever it was. But then again, Gahey, as good as he is, as classy we think Gahey is, Gahey easy should have cleaned that up for Calvert Lewin, and he got spun in the box. So unfortunately, the goal makes him look really bad. But again, I gave him a 6. Let's say it's a 5. In thinking about it again, he's still better than Gahey, Anderson, Ward, and Mitchell and Guaita so far. So there's that.
Exactly.
That's
Moving on
anything.
to the other
I know,
midfielder. Midfielder, he started there today, which I didn't mind because we were missing Cheikh Doucouré. Of course, Luca replaced him. But you liked his performance today. I gave him a 5. I thought he was average at best. Then again, I'm not too sure what exactly he done. But then what did the other team do? I don't think he was bad. I can't remember any bad moments in particular, especially his mistakes leading to a goal. But he didn't do much there. He didn't
No.
help us at all.
So
And that's
so
why we need a
again,
midfielder.
right. So like Luca, I mean, he tried a new position. He was okay. He wasn't terrible. He didn't do anything wrong. But again, you want to compare him to the players we're going to talk about in a minute, like Ezra and Zahan Lise. He was better than them, but that's not saying much. So forget that. Make it 6 or 5. He's still better than what they're going to get. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? So
now Eze, 5 from both.
I give
Bank
a 5.
average.
Wow. I thought it was less than that. I must have been in a good mood when I wrote that.
So you wasn't happy. Look, he tried to make things happen. Of course, it didn't happen. What are you not happy about with his performance today? Because he's normally the type of player that he gets the ball in midfield and run past the players.
Right.
He tried it didn't work, and maybe he didn't try enough for me. That's why it was an average performance.
It's a great point you make. So forget his performance, which again overall wasn't great as far as the midfield. We know what disappointed with set pieces. Corner kicks were poor. We had 4, and he took all 4. I think at least took 1. Sorry, and he had a free kick that was awful. That's been awful all season. So yes, I'm nitpicking, but again, the performance of the midfield was terrible in general. They were dominated by Onana, Ghana Gay, and Iwobi, who are not the 3 world-class midfielders, and he didn't do anything. So the reason I was disappointed, not necessarily in his play, which wasn't great, but set pieces were not good today.
Yeah. Let's move on to the wide players. At least he started this game. I'm very disappointed. A 3 even is a nice rating. It's not only just him. You gave him a 4. Yeah, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, nothing to say.
Nothing. In the second half, he did try and move on closer to Wilf and Eze.
Right. They did kind of do movement, but it didn't work.
Cameo there, but it still didn't work out for him, and it was poor. And Wilf, you know what? I'm just thinking about now. I think it 3 is a nice rating. I do, but I don't think he had a particularly good game. And the reason why I'm saying 3 is a nice rating, and I get the other team, all of us didn't. Well, not me because I wasn't there, but all of the other players didn't have a good game. But with Wilf, when you're facing Seamus Coleman, he had him.
This
was a game.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And 3 is a very generous rating. Honestly, I feel like 3 is nice because he didn't have nothing going. Like he struggled out wide in a few games. This is the game where you're playing out wide. This is your time to shine. And he didn't. Coleman had a better game with him. Now, Patrick, I'm thinking, is it time to move in more central areas? Because if he ain't doing it against Seamus Coleman, I know we had a bad team performance. Like, what is it? Like, last 3 games, the same thing playing out wide. When he's more central, he gets more effective.
I like what he did against Wolves. It can start out wide, but then as soon as it's not working, just get yourself in the middle and help out with Edouard in the middle. So let him do it. I wouldn't do it as a tactical thing from the beginning. I wanted to do something where the team wouldn't expect it to happen. Starting him out up top, they were going to they're ready for it right away, right? And then you can't really go back out wide. But you're right, out wide isn't as effective. He even said he's trying to be more direct anyway. So yeah, moving more central, making work off of Edward more and work together. But just today again, I'm not going to kill Wolf, but he was not good today.
Yeah, he was not good. And finally, Odson Edward, a player that I've rated highly. You gave him a 4, Patrick. I gave him a 3. He didn't get that. He didn't have that many touches in the game, but when he did, not effective at all. Not effective. It wasn't the Edward that we've seen so far this season in terms of him linking up with other players. He was just passing it too quick, sloppy passes here and there. It wasn't a good performance. I know he didn't get the service in front of goal, but his whole build-up play was not what I expected from him. And we know he's done better in the past.
Yeah, and the only thing is that I don't remember. I'm looking at my notes real quick, but there was a point. I think it was a 1-0, might be 0-0. We had a chance. He had a great run, got in the middle. He could have gone to the right to Olise. He went left to Wilf and made a really bad pass. I'm nitpicking, but that just kind of shows you where his game was all day. He just was off it today. And again, he's been playing really well this season. It's a shame, but again, man, that whole 11, man, bin them all. Bin them. They were terrible today.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the subs, because I don't think the subs were that great in particular as well. And let's start off with Jeffrey Schlupp, a player that came off for Luka Milivojevic. I gave him a 4.5. You gave him a 4. Don't ask me why I gave him a 4.5.
I don't know what he did on the field. I can't.
Yeah, I'm genuinely thinking about it now.
You got a yellow card. You got stuck in. I maybe got a yellow card at some point, right?
Yeah.
Late, but that's about.
But him playing as a number 6 ahead of Hughes, don't get me started. I mean, I don't want to blame Vieira for a lot of things. As I said, the individual performances weren't great today. But that substitution just didn't make sense in particular. I don't know what he was thinking. He's not number 6. Let's just get that straightforward. And he came on for Luka. And after that, we conceded 2 goals. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but it might be. People blame Luka. But then again, after that sub, after he did come off, that's when we conceded the 2 other goals.
Right.
So yeah, not a great performance. And then JP came on. You gave him a 4, I gave him a 2. You're laughing. No, this is not even agenda. I know we had a very bad game. Why are you laughing? What's funny? What's funny?
Because we were so bad today. You're gonna give a guy who played 20 minutes the worst rating. When I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna defend him. There were much more forces than him, and you gave everybody else a 2 and a 3. You gave him a 2. That's amazing. But you said no agenda. That's the funniest part. No agenda.
No. I'm telling you, that is one of the worst sub appearances I've seen. Like he tried to run. First of all, there's a back heel which he completely missed. He tried to run down the line. His touch is like as heavy as a flipping brick. Like it's concrete. His feet is concrete. He touched the ball down the line. He just went out of play. Like it was so bad. That sub appearance was honestly. I thought Edward was bad, and then he came on and he literally done nothing in 30 minutes. 30 minutes, not less time as well, Patrick. We've seen players come on for 30 minutes and have games. In terms of his appearance for 30 minutes, I think it was a 2. I genuinely do think it was a 2.
Okay,
that's why I said no agenda. And then finally, I think the most positive, let's end on a positive. Ebiwe, he came on today. He's a player that we've wanted to see maybe come on a bit more, have more opportunities. Right. Both game before, he didn't. I was so switched off at that point of the game. I don't even know what he done well. I don't think he done anything well, but he wasn't as bad as the rest of them. And that's positive. He got minutes. I know it's not the best circumstances to get minutes, but got minutes here. Hopefully builds a bit of confidence and builds on from this. Hopefully it's the start of something new.
I didn't see much from him, but just get him on the pitch earlier and more often, because what we got to lose at this point. Honestly, if you're gonna put Schlupp on, put Mateta on, put him on. What I mean, different positions obviously I'm saying, but get him on the pitch more often. We got 5 subs, Patrick. Just use them all, mate. Just use them all.
Yeah, exactly. After a performance like that as well. Exactly. But look, that's it from us. Of course, we didn't have the energy to be the energetic selves. I mean, Palace have destroyed it all from us, as you see by the ratings. We're not happy, but let us know what you guys think about them performances, whether you agree and disagree with us. And yeah, if you have enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to not miss out on future Palace content. We will be back next week looking ahead to the Southampton game. And until next time, up the Palace.